Sorry, I'm closing all the windows. It's raining very heavy. Okay, so welcome to our usual Friday stock analysis request, market discussion, just very chill chit chat session. Okay. So it has been a crazy week. Good evening, Wang. It has been a crazy week, but overall, I am quite slightly relieved, even though majority I'm holding on to short position, right? I'm still quite relieved that we have a little bit, we have quite a good recovery yesterday lah. I mean, even though most of my position are shorts, right? They are still in somewhat green. But if tomorrow ends up red, right? If tomorrow, I mean, if yesterday ends up in a very red dim zone, right? I mean, we are the Nasdaq is like officially in a bear market already, because the official definition of bear market is falling 20% from the top lah. So that's the official definition not the Reddit or not some forum definition. That's the official definition. So if it ends up red, right, we have counters like Apple's and Microsoft, all those like breaking their previous support already, and that's something that's something very worrisome. That's something extremely worrisome lah. Should we buy some index shorts? No. Please don't. The now right is very unpredictable, extremely unpredictable. So unless you already have a position like previously you are holding, right, that is fine. So most of our short position we are holding in green lah. So for example, even our Singapore Rex International, we are somewhat holding in green. For example, Snowflake, right? Snowflake, our position was like somewhere here, 295. And Rivian was like, my Rivian position was like here, somewhere here. So I mean, it is still okay. But what you do not want is, you do not want to like buy a position right now, and then you hold it over the weekend, and then some funny thing happen during the weekend, because now right, the market is extremely affected by the Ukraine and Russian war related news, right? So this kind of news, they can like during weekend can just spring up and then cause the market to have a violent reaction lah. If you look at stock market news or anything that is macroeconomic related news, like CPI lah, consumer sentiment lah, inflation lah, GDP lah, all these news tends to come in during weekday. So you don't really need to worry about that. But things that related to like war, all these kind of things, they can come out during the weekend, and you will never know. This kind of thing you'll never know, especially during this period where things are moving like up and down 2%, 3% like that. So what you do not want is, you do not want to enter here, and then like during weekend something happen, the whole thing come down or the whole thing go up, and then your position is badly affected lah. Like for example, previously I have a short position here, and then I'm not sure which day lah. It was 10th February. It was the 10th February. This position, it was a short position. It was on the 10th February, and then let me check. 10th February was somewhere around Thursday. Then by Friday, right? By Friday somewhere it kind of like dropped a bit already. So because of that, right? Because it already dropped a bit, it kind of like easier to hold lah. Because if it suddenly come up or what, right? Or if there's a weekend news and there's a violent price reaction, right? At least like you are already a bit in the green lah. So if anything go against you, right, it won't be like very violent like that. And during this period, the Ukraine-Russia stuff wasn't very that affecting the market yet. I'm sure in the background there are some news going on, but it wasn't, the market is not really spooked by the news yet. And during that period, everything is like inflation and consumer sentiment, all those kind of stuff lah. But I think right now, holding through, buying position right now and holding through weekend is a little bit dangerous lah. So very have to be careful. Yes, currently now all the futures are positive, but even previously when I was short here and the market is like going down, I'm very happy, right? At some point, even when the futures is like red, right? Even if the future is like red in the morning, I quickly take my TP and then I just switch everything to break even, and okay, I was like, I'm not gonna like hold through the whole thing. It can be very volatile. It can be green now, and then who knows, wake up is like suddenly red, like yesterday morning was like so red, futures was like down 3%, and then woke up it was like up 3%. So that's like 6% movement within a day. For index, right, 6% movement is considered a lot, super a lot lah. So have to be very careful. And then there were some days also like during this period, you also know like come down very red and then go up very green, or it can be like some of the days, I'm sure you guys will remember also. Let me go to 15-minute chart. Like I think me and Jack always joke like before sleep it was like everything green, everything short, and then we keep saying better not jinx, and then wake up everything all red. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. But one thing I want to talk about is Foot Locker lao sai. Oh my god, really? Foot Locker lao sai. Is it the, what's my Foot Locker? Is it the earnings? Is it earnings? And then what happened? Oh my god, what happened? Yeah, I think it's the earnings. Oh my god, we missed the shots. We missed the shot. I was this is one of our short watch list. Oh no, so sayang. Holy crap, what happened, man? Yeah, so with my trainees, right? Henry and Desmond from we were discussing also like Foot Locker is, if you don't have children place, right? The children place, Foot Locker is an alternative because they are both consumer discretionary in a apparel retail footwear lah. Yeah, it is pre-market. And then we were like, yeah, can short lah. Actually, I was mentioning, I was saying that actually you can short like maybe somewhere here already because already broke through. I personally didn't short this lah because I already have children place, so I don't want to short. But children place also coming out soon. That's kind of make me want to hold children place through the earnings also. But this is another opportunity miss. Earning go back. Hey, sorry, Henry, this earning, right? This earning, you cannot see the green here one. This green is totally useless because you need to look at their guidance, forward guidance, and then like some other stuff that they mentioned during the press release lah. So normally what I will do is now Foot Locker like this, right? Come, let me show you how to see. For example, Peloton have a missed earning also, but the share price went up by a lot because there was a takeover news, and then I don't know lah, some other nonsense stuff lah. Foot Locker investor relation. Foot Locker investor relation. Okay, so total sale increased by 6.9, blah blah blah. Fourth quarter 18.7, fourth quarter EPS. So all these number, right? You need to know how to make sense. You don't just read, but you need to compare, contrast a bit. A now 33% dividend increase and new 1.2 billion share repurchase program. So you think this kind of thing, you may think that is like, wow, very good news. Actually, sometimes if the company is not making any money, if the company have a lot of debt, if the company have a lot of cash flow issue, then this kind of paying out dividend and share purchase program, right, is the shareholder don't like one. They will just run one, because you already have cash issue. Why are you repurchasing your own share, and why are you giving out dividend? Unless you are like Apple, we don't know how many 100 billions of cash lying around, nothing to do, right? Then share purchase program is good. But if you do not have such capability, right, most likely shareholder won't like it. And that was one of our reason for Western Union also. There is no official Western Union short trade setup yet, but there was a video release in YouTube. You guys can go and dig and to share my thoughts on why I'm shorting Western Union. Why I have plans, not shorting. why I have plans to short Western Union. And one of the reason is they have a lot of debts. They have so much debt. In fact, their debt is as big as their market cap. So let me show you. Let me show you. Balance sheet, liabilities. They have let me zoom, okay? They have 8.47 billions in total liabilities. And then their market cap is 7.485. It's like their liability is more than their market cap. And not only that, they recently announced same thing. They announced a share buyback program, and then after that there was some news about them raising their dividend also. And that's not what shareholder like. But sorry, I digress a bit. Let's look through what are some of the stuff. Okay, we close out record year. We close out record year by delivering solid fourth-quarter result, reflect ongoing momentum. We have built our business in the midst of evolving market. We have made significant progress. Blah blah blah. Not important. Not important. Company reported net income. Not important. Not important. Fourth quarter comparable store sales increased by 0.8%, with apparel significantly outpacing footwear. Total sales increased by not important. Fiscal result. Okay, fiscal result. Company reported 893 million or 8.69 earning per share. 1795 increase in earning. So this kind of like very big number, 179.5% increase in earning, right? You may think that is like wow, but the thing is, like from the entire 2021, right? That earning is already priced in already. That earning already priced in towards the entire year lah. and they are so sorry is somewhere here. Like that earning is already priced in during 2020. So when the market goes up 2020, right, they are also accounting for 2021 earning. So for example, if I tell you that in year 2023, Singtel is going to make this much profit. So you are not going to wait until year 2023, the result come out and then you buy the share. You are obviously going to buy the share, and the share price will already reflect. So what I think is that during the entire 2021, right, this whole period, the share price already accounted for that increment. And now when the earnings start coming out, right, it's like they either expect more or they don't like they fear for the future scenarios, like the increase in interest rate or the big debt payment or all this kind of stuff 3.08 per share, then earning per share were up, blah blah. But I want to know what is their consensus. What is the earning consensus? Because no matter what, right, if you look across majority of the company, they are still going to make a lot more than last year. That one confirmed chop. It's just that do they make enough or not? Okay, you can see here this one, financial outlook. So for financial outlook 2020, right? They don't really have a good outlook. You can see everything is like down, down, down. So I think they are mentioning that they are going to face some challenges in 2022. So they actually provide a outlook saying that they are not going to make as much growth as last year. Growth, they are still going to make more profit or more revenue than last year, but the growth is not going to be as much. So for example, right? For example, let's say this year, let's say 2020, they make 5 million. Then 2021, they make 10 million. Okay, so the growth here is 100%. But they mentioned that maybe in 2022, they are only going to make 12 million. So this growth here is only 20%. So even though they still make more, right, the growth is like decreased already. But whereas the market expect like maybe another 100% increase or something like that. Financial position allocation, company merchandise a lot, company cash position, blah blah blah. Board of director include blah blah blah. During fourth quarter, company opened 60 new stores, remodel, blah 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 blah. Okay, I think mostly the cost should be this lah. Let's take a look at what the news says. Okay. Foot Locker reports higher Q4 earnings sales. Let's look at their balance sheet. Okay, let's look at their balance sheet. How much dividend they say they want to give out? Okay, 1.2 billion in share buyback and cost reduction program. So this one, never mind, this is a cost reduction program. 1.2 billion share buyback. Okay, so they want to do a 1.2 billion share buyback. Financial balance sheet. Okay, so for this kind of company, right, they normally have a lot of assets one. But when you look at their assets, right, their assets is in form of inventory lah. They have inventory, and then they also probably have like their so-called the outlet lah, the stores lah. So even though their asset is very high, right, they are not really cash asset, and they cannot, like, even though they have 7 billion in assets, right, these are not cash that they can just take out like that. So their cash is only like 1.69 billion, 1.69 billion. And their current liabilities, right, is 1.64 billion, meaning these are liabilities that are going to be, these are debt that they need to pay within a year, within 12 months. And their non-current liability is 2.63. So you can see that their cash position is actually quite small. And even though their cash position quite small, they want to do a 1.5 billion share buyback program. Debt to equity ratio 1.06. Okay. Yes, correct. Yeah, you have 1.69 cash, and you want to do 1.2 billion buyback share. Then you pay your debt with what's yeah. Yeah, but yeah, sad lah. Could have been a good shot. But nonetheless, there is still Western Union lah. There's still Western Union. There's still Rivian and Snowflake. So okay, so I think I do receive a few messages saying still should TP Snowflake or not? Should TP Rivian or not? should TP Children Care or not? Because I think quite a number of you get scared by yesterday sudden recovery lah. I think yeah, if I were you, I will be slightly scared also lah. The futures up a lot already. But because the thing is, when I come out with this shot, right, most of you probably not aware or didn't really like look through some of the analysis video on why these shorts were being taken. So these shorts are all based on fundamental shorts, meaning there is weakness behind this company, and that's the reason why I'm shorting. But because now the market is like so so affected by all the current event news, right? Like the Russian-Ukraine war, you may think that like this price movement from here, price go down is because the company is weak. Maybe also maybe because company is weak, but during the period, almost every other counter is going down. The Russian-Ukraine war stuff. So sometimes the stock can move due to some other stuff that is happening. Sometimes it's just going down because the company itself is like not really doing well also, or before the earnings come out, maybe the stock price might start to go down also. So there's really a lot of reason why a stock can move lah. But the reason why I'm shorting this is not because okay, Russia-Ukraine war is going on, I believe stock market will drop. So that's not the reason why I'm shorting this. And because of that, right, when price move like this because of the Russian war related stuff, right, I'm not really affected also. So to me, right, the way I look at it is like I just don't care this two candle. To me, I just pretend that this two candle doesn't exist, and I'm like at this candle here, because obviously these two candle are sort of like caused by the Russian war, Russian-Ukraine, the ongoing war. We have like the war started, then after that yesterday, I'm not sure why it recovered also, most likely because they were talking about the sanction lah. They want to like do some sanction, blah blah blah, then like the price recover. So that's basically why price recover lah. And because of that, right, my fundamentals, where is it? My fundamentals driver on why I'm shorting these counter are still intact. So as a trader, right, if you guys are like following this short and you feel like running because like now you see your profit disappear, right? I wouldn't blame you also. I mean, if you want to run, right? If you want to run, you can definitely run. But for me personally, I am still holding true lah. I'm still holding through this. My stop loss are still intact. Similarly for Rivian and Western Union also. I'm sorry, Snowflake, Rivian and Children Place also, right? My stop loss are still there, so I'm not gonna run prematurely. But at the same time, since now market seems to be like recovering, doing good, and like a bit positive already, right? I'll be also looking for stuff to long. And one of the long counters that I'm looking at, which I previously already posted lah, and that is Mastercard. So I think given the current price action, right, maybe now it can be a good price action to go in for Mastercard also. So now what I have is I'll probably have like 3 longs. One is Rex, one is ADM, and the other one probably the other one is golden agri. So recently all the agriculture stuff going up also, golden agri, and yeah, and of course if I add Mastercard, then I will add Mastercard lah. So I have 4 long position. Then on the other end, right, I also have short position, which is Snowflake, Rivian, and Children Place, and maybe sometime in the future Western Union. So now my trade plan wise, I have 4 long, 4 short. And most of the time, right, they are going to do relatively well within their sector the moment all the noise die down lah. And that's my current plan lah. And because I have 4 long, 4 short, right, my overall the how should I put it, my overall the unrealized position is not going to move by a lot. For example, if I have 10 position in long, if I have 10 long position right now, my entire portfolio is long, right? Then during this drop, when the market drop all the way, right, most likely all my position will be red, and then I will end up panic and then exit here, exit there. And then now when the market go up, then I'm probably not in the trade already. so we need to prevent that kind of stuff lah. So that's one of the reason why I'm doing the half long, half short. And eventually, once everything settled down, right, they will go their way. They will start to like hit their own direction once the once all this Russian-Ukraine war, and probably next month the rate hike, the rate hike situation coming, right? So that's my general plan overall. Then at the meantime, I probably won't be seeing crazy swing in my portfolio also. So generally, I'm just drowning out the noise lah. But at the same time, also I also have the S&P trade, which I kind of took advantage short term on the short term move lah. So it is not like saying I am missing out on this short term down move and I didn't really capitalize on it. So I did manage to capitalize on the short term down move. Just that my other short trade setup, which the reason for the trade setup is fundamental, they are still intact. Whereas this short setup was based on the index momentum itself. I don't really know why is it going down, but eventually it is because of the Russia-Ukraine war. So I mean, we don't know the catalyst when I enter lah, but eventually the catalyst came up, and I would say pretty lucky to exit at 4400 and also managed to hold until 4300 for my remaining position lah. So I will not deny that current market situation, right, is very scary to trade. It's very scary to trade. It's not easy because you are getting whip out, whip here, left and right. You are everything like one before sleep very green, then wake up red, or before sleep red, wake up green. Like is almost very hard to trade at all. And if during this period you are hanging on to your position well, you're not really losing a lot of money, and you are just like maintaining your position, that means you are doing quite okay. You are doing quite okay. Try not to like ride the small trend here and there lah. Try not to ride the small trend here. Then most likely you will not be able to catch all the trend. Tiger able to trade pre-market? Yes, you can trade pre-market, but I will not recommend. I will not recommend, because if you are not aware of the spread, right? Sometimes you can accidentally like get a very bad trade because the spread is very big. You have to know how to look at the spread. If you do not know how to look at the spread, right? I don't recommend you to trade the pre-market. Let me show you example. Let me show you example. Bid and ask line. Actually now still 9:30. So probably I can show you. Let's look at some counters. Roku. Okay, so so the blue line and the red line are the bid and ask lah. So Roku still quite okay. The spread is not big, so you can see they are literally like very close to one another. Let me remove the pre-market. Okay, so what you see now is just the bid and ask spread. Bid and ask spread. But there will be some counters, right? Especially the not so famous counter. How about Sharon, please? See, you see here, you see this bid and ask spread. Like this spread is like 8%. So even though like you want to sell, right, you can end up selling here. Or if you want to buy the pre-market, right, you think that the price is like somewhere 60, right? You might end up buying at 65 like that. So you have to be very like sharp, and you must be able to look at the bid and ask spread lah. If you do not know how to look at it, then I think better not trade the pre-market. CHKP can long or not? CHKP. Yeah, let me open back the pre-market. Snowflake up 2%. CHKP is what? Chesapeake, checkpoint software. This one, I think I don't think now's the good time to go for tag long also especially counter like this like you don't really know what's going on also. You don't really know what they are doing also. doesn't really look great, because I can tell you that by yesterday price action, right, there's a lot of tech counters with this kind of price action, and need a little bit more investigation now. Just on, because right now you don't want to blindly enter just on the technical alone, because like if on technical alone, right, it is still dangerous, because as mentioned, right, market is still in this very volatile stage, and like even you think that now things are like scary. Just now S&P was at the top. I thought suddenly S&P plus 200. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so you may think that now everything bullish can enter, blah blah blah, right? But what you will notice is that number one now is like currently still pre-market, and number two, right, the price is still below here. The price is still below this whole section, this whole area. So I'm still not I'm still not that comfortable joining in like on the long run. The reason why I like the reason why I mentioned Mastercard is because Mastercard have good, I would say it has a good team behind it, in a sense that now all the travel restrictions are slightly eased, right? There's a lot of more travel in the future. All the COVID-19 mandates are being eased. Like now, a lot of countries no mask mandate already. Then Australia also start to accept all the tourists, this and that. Japan also start accepting tourists. So counters like Mastercard can actually increase in their sales and revenues from all these overseas spending, all this stuff, right? And not only that, it is also in that so-called the finance industry where it tends to do well during rising interest rate environment. So now there is a little bit of fundamental behind, and if you look at their earning result for here, right, it is very positive. It is very positive. They provided a very positive forward guidance for 2022. Everything looked very nice, sweet, and eventually when the like price goes up a bit, everything nice, right? Then I'll be looking to enter this lah. Whereas for this, right, I think this is just some random tech counter that what does it do? Engage in development and market software and hardware solution for information technology security. So okay, it's a security firewall, headquarter in Tel Aviv, Israel. Speaking about this, what happened to Notong? Oh, Lian, sorry, I didn't see your message. Let me go and take a look, okay? Let me go and take a look. How is Notong doing? Notong also recover a bit. Yeah, I think for now can wait first. Can wait first. Slightly dangerous lah. Slightly dangerous. Actually, for tech counters, right, it's quite hard to do analysis because it's like so oversaturated. If you want a tech like security kind of counter, right, there's so much stuff out there. I don't even know which one to look at. In fact, I was kind of like looking at CrowdStrike, or even Palantir. You know, currently right now I'm kind of like interested in Palantir, mainly because number one, Cathy Wood unload already. Cathy Wood unload Palantir already, and then number two is is they are earning to market cap. Sorry, their sales to market cap multiple is like really ridiculously low lah. I'm not sure if you guys watched the snowflake analysis video, right? So this the snowflake analysis video. So CrowdStrike actually is involved in cloud security also lah. Palantir, I'm not really sure what they do, but something to do with government secret security. So I hate companies that do secret government stuff. Like you don't really know what they are up to. Then because because you see all these Snowflake, CrowdStrike, Cloudflare, Palantir, Couchbase, all these counter, right? They don't really have earning profits. Because they don't have profits, right? You can't really look at their PE ratio. If not, PE ratio is a good gauge to see how like they are, how expensive or how cheap they are lah. But because these companies don't have PE ratio, right? This company don't have earnings, right? Their PE ratio is like it doesn't make sense. So what I did was I took their market cap, and then I divide by their trailing 12 months revenue lah. So this is called the sales multiplier based on their market cap. And Palantir, right? Palantir actually is at 14.7. It's like ridiculously cheap. I mean, aside from Couchbase lah. But if you compare to Snowflake, Snowflake is like still overwhelming expensive. It's extremely expensive. And that's why when people ask me why never short CrowdStrike, why short Snowflake, and this is the reason why lah. I think Snowflake is the most so-called the expensive within their peers that is not really earning a lot of profits, whereas CrowdStrike and Palantir like fallen down enough really. But Snowflake, even though the price fall, right, it is still not dropped enough compared to the kind of market cap that it has. So Palantir, where's Palantir? Excuse me. Always very hard to find my counters. Palantir. So Palantir now is like somewhere there. Yeah, so I mean it's like, yes, like I don't really recommend bottom picking, but I don't want to bottom pick this right now also. But it will be maybe like until if we see a bit of higher low lah, then we see whether if they are doing anything different or not, like do some background check a bit. Yeah, but I'm kind of like watching this lah. Okay, ConocoPhillips. Why is it red? Oil and gas. This one now. I think this one for now, better not enter yet. Better not enter yet. Crude oil actually retraced back down already. Crude oil actually retraced back down already. So I think this one you can KIV first, but I think better not enter yet. Because yesterday it was like very good, but now things start to come down already lah. But if like maybe in 1 week's time, 2 weeks time, if things start to like sideways a bit, and then if all continues to recover or what, then you can take a look at it again. But in the current stage right now, right, what you see is that the price action not very good. Also, you can see the gap up and close rate. These are not really very good price action that you want to trade lah. And the rate volume is quite strong also coming in. In fact, for RH petrol gas, right, it gapped down today also. So no one should be no one should be in this trade, because it's like way back down already. It's like somewhere here already. But those in racks are still fine. Those in racks are still fine because we entered very early here lah. And the kind of price action itself is not really that bearish also compared to compared to this one. This one are like the increase in selling volume and then gap up, close down. Not very nice lah. Moving very aggressively now. Price kind of like suddenly very suddenly very volatile. Anyway, right? So now what I'm doing this like the past 2-3 also, I'm kind of like watching the watching the live camera for Ukraine, and sometimes it's scary, you know. So this is the latest live camera that I found. Then there were a few other live camera that I was watching, and there's actually then there's like at one point there is like one whole row of tanks and convoy trucks that are like going and it's never ending. Then at one point, right, I noticed that the camera was being like black out. The camera suddenly black out, is no longer there anymore. So like the whole screen is black lah. So I try to like rewind back what happened, and I actually can rewind until to the point where the Russian soldier actually like removed the camera lah. I think he noticed that like someone is watching the whole thing. It's quite scary, you know. Henry, there's no missile attack, but there's a lot of the air raid siren. There's a lot of air raid siren. In fact, before I start this, right, before I start the webinar, sometime around like 8:30 like that, there was one air raid siren also. But it was quite scary lah. It was quite I actually got it from Reddit. So I was following this particular thread lah, world news, and within the world news, right, you can see my PC very laggy because of all the streaming that I'm like opening. Then I'm kind of like looking at this. Sorry, not this one. The comment. I'm looking at the comment, and then sometimes bird get off the camera. So apparently there are other people watching also. Bird get off the camera. So yeah, so the latest news is that some like Russia want to negotiate with Ukraine. So I guess that's like a good news. But the thing is that that news came out like quite a while back, quite a while back, as in like maybe 2-3 hours ago. So when the news first came out, right, the market didn't really respond. When the news came out, the market was like here, like kind of like going sideways a bit. Only now then it start to shoot up lah. Yes, very few vehicles. It's quite scary, very empty. There was one video where like there was a tank, there was a Soviet tank, and then there was another civilian car that was driving by, and the road is empty, you know. The road is empty, just the tank, and the tank going in one direction. Like the tank is like going one direction. Imagine this the road, then this the tank going one direction, and then the civilian car is like going this direction. And as the civilian car was going like this, right, the tanks just turn and then ram into the car, you know, like purposely like that. But as I was looking at all the Twitter stuff, right, the driver of the civilian car was like an old man. He was trapped inside, and after like 5-6 minutes later, some other car passed by, and then they managed to get the old man out lah. Apparently he was still alive lah. He was still living, not badly injured, but it was scary. It was scary. It's like that guy just driving, and then the tank just like turn and then ram into you. It was one of the most scariest, heartbreaking things that I see. Very crazy. Very crazy. One thing that I'm currently a little bit kind of concerned is also Singapore. Like recover quite okay, but eventually came down like this. overall it's still green, but there's a lot of rejection here. What I believe is that during the day, right, it is the bank that is pulling this down. And initially, all the Keppel lah, Sembcorp lah, they were doing quite okay, but towards the end of the day, it seems like the war is kind of de-escalating and the oil price start to retrace, right? All these counters start to go down, but the bank from the early like from early morning, they were not doing very good already, so everything start to come down. So we might start to see a period where maybe US market is recovering, but the Singapore market will start to go down and down and down. I don't know. I mean, we always have those moments where people keep asking, wow, US up but Singapore down. But for the entire first 2 months, right, we are a situation where US down and down and down, but Singapore up and up and up. But now I think things are going to be the other way around already. Things are going to be the other way around already. Yes, correct, musical chair. So we have the three banks that is quite a disappointing price action, although somewhat expected, but a little kind of like, I mean, even though you expect something, right, you hope that it doesn't happen. So OCBC, we don't say lah. OCBC is the weakest link, but we see whether DBS can hold here or not. Similarly for UOB. I think UOB this gap here, this gap here. And you see the volume, you can see the volume, the sell down volume coming in. It's quite significant, quite significant selling. I think when the fund flow come out next Monday, right, it will be very bad. And I think if you guys are in my webinar, right, it is something that I'm mentioning already, is that like they are rotating their fund flow. First DBS, second UOB, third OCBC. Okay, OCBC done already, then never mind, like case like we are going to drop, everyone dropping now. In fact, OCBC is so sad, is the only one that did not get the all-time high. At least UOB and DBS managed to get the all-time high. You know, like you imagine you hang out with your two friends and then they have some record breaking, I don't know what, but you are like, shit, I did not manage to break the all-time high. What's the time now? Going to 10. Okay, so 30 more minutes to market open. Snowflake. Let's see the pre-market. Snowflake gap up. So Snowflake, this kind of gap up is like very normal. I'm used to it really. I'm used to it. Rivian, okay. Rivian, even though you see this one tiny, actually I can tell you like this range here is this range here is like 34%. That range here alone is 34%. So if you manage to like short here, right, and actually you manage to hold until like the bottom here, that's actually about 20% really. Block. Sorry, Stanley, what do you mean by block? Okay, block. Square, XQ. I think this one earning release also. Most likely earning release. Block big profit estimate, Australian share source. Payment company of Twitter. Payment company of Twitter. Engage in credit card. Okay. But PayPal so jialat. PayPal like fallen from the throne really. Then you can also see most of the counters that are going up, like gapping up this much, right? Like 20-30%, right? They are usually like down a lot from the top already lah. So it is one of the reasons why some of the counters not really good to short if they are down from the height by a lot. For example, Palantir, Peloton, or all these, yes, they are weak, but I mean they are weak, but they already dropped so much because they are weak. So it's not really good to chase also, chase the short also, because like they can anytime like gap up, gap up like that. Like for Peloton, it gap up here. So of course, gap up ready, right? Then you have to also make sure that you don't like FOMO and then go and buy, because after that they can just come back down. After that they can just come back down. So let's see how Snap is doing, how Snapchat is doing. Yeah, Snapchat gap up like 51%, 51%, even though a lot, it is like down so much from the high. Then after that, it just kind of like stagnant there really. Okay, MasterCard, pre-market up a bit. Western Union, you can okay, see, it is gapping up a bit lah, a bit, pre-market up a bit. So looking at most of the counter yesterday, right? I mean, in my watch list lah, I think Western Union was the worst one. In fact, might be good to can be a good shot also, because if I were to short this, right, I want my stop loss here lah, above this. I don't want here, because if you put your stop loss here, you are assuming that this is the top. But the thing is, this trend is still going up. This trend is still going up. So you cannot prematurely assume this is the top. But at least we have like this turning point here, right? We can kind of like, this here is like established already. So we can like safely assume that that's the previous resistance there lah. So it can like something like that. Let's look at the index. If S&P managed to close green today, like go back up at least here lah. The closing price have to be within this candle. So maybe here, then it will be very bullish. It will be considered very, very, very bullish. But if it close like still below here, right? Maybe like still somewhere like here, then to me that is not bullish. That's kind of like neutral. Even though there was a huge recovery, right? I will still consider that like neutral to slightly bearish lah. Because we have a very critical level here. We have a very critical level here that it need to close above. So meaning it probably have to go up like by 1-2% by another 60, 40 points like that. So if you guys still have your Google, Microsoft, Apple, right? I think you will start to see them recovering already lah. Maybe I will enter Mastercard today also. After like maybe looking at how the market performed for the first half of the day. For the first half of the day, yeah, I like sometimes pre-market green, right? Is chances are, I don't know lah. I mean, don't want to jinx also lah, but it always, the ending result is always the opposite of the pre-market result. Pre-market green, like end of the day rate. Pre-market rate, end of the day green. Yes, currently whatever result coming out, everything is like gapping up or gapping down 20% like that. Let's take a look at Amazon. Let's take a look at Alcoa. Alcoa gapping down already, because I think this one is a very aluminium play lah. So last few days going up is because all the commodity lah, I think, and due to the Russia-Ukraine, right? Russia produced majority of the aluminum export also, and I think this was one of the play. How about Domino? Tenneco. This one I wanted to share also. So there was a takeover. There was a privatization. And guess what? It's like 93%, 93% premium price for privatization. You only see that in US. Like you see Singapore market, things get privatized or very niao, yeah, super niao one. Like sometimes the premium lower than the lower than the previous day market trading price. Like the Sunningdale Tech, when the Sunningdale Tech come out say privatized, right? I very happy, yeah. But the privatization was lower than the previous trading day price. It's like I'm actually selling to you at a loss. Like, but I think at the end of the day, the shareholder reject the price. They vote against the price, and then they were forced to raise the price. But even then, it was like super niao, super niao. But that's not what I want to bring up. What I want to bring up is this kind of counter, right, where the market cap is very quite small, 1 billion. 1 billion in US is very small. Anything below 1 billion is like penny lah, ultra small cap. But for market cap of 1.5 billion is considered small cap lah. And if you have a company that is like making a lot of loss, not really making revenue, like going bankrupt already, like then the market cap is also like 1 billion, right? It's very easy to get taken over lah, get privatized. So sometimes yes, you see counter fall so much, right? And then like the company like want to die already, right? It's better not to go and short also because if not you will end up like this. Who knows, Palantir get buyout by US government also kind of privatized since they are working on a lot of so-called government secret projects. One of another sector that I'm looking to long, right, is actually the shipping sector. You can see today Samudera shipping went up a lot, like 27%. But so far, I did some background check on the shipping sector, right? They are doing quite okay, you know, actually. They actually recover by quite a lot from the bottom, like for example, Starbuck. It's like they recover by quite like it's like these are all the okay lah. I mean, let's not go to 2020 lah. Every counter went up in 2020, like somewhere here, 26%. So I was looking at majority of the shipping counter, and they seems to be recovering from the bottom. And one of the better one that I pick out is this lah. Better one that I pick out is this. And also, if you look at the scanner, right? Let me go and dig the scanner. I think if you look at the scanner, there was a period where all the shipping counter came up. Then this one, Starbuck Carrier. Okay, I think there was another deal, but should be this one lah. Should be this one. But the price action not there yet. The price action not there yet. And I checked their latest earning also was quite okay, but waiting for them to break this lah. Waiting for it to break this resistance, and then we see how. But I will consider this as the kind of counter that is like the recovery play lah. So it's a support or the bottom kind of counter. So if you already have like such a counter, right, then might not be good to enter this also. Index kind of like going back down by a bit. but still overall bullish for the day. Let's go and see what the Wall Street bets folk are doing. I pre-warn first lah, because some of the comment here, especially in a situation where there is like ongoing war, right? Some of the comment here a little bit insensitive lah. So I'm not going to read through those, but I'll just see like in terms of pure trading wise what they are doing. The XQ bag I'm holding are so large. I'm still down 50% after this morning. So this is one common theme that you will see here. Even with all the super duper gap up, right? They are still down by a lot, mainly because they are like they back hold. Back hold meaning they just hold for long term, from a trader become long term holder. From like they probably like holding from like here or here or here. I think I do have a lot of friends who help volunteer from like here. Then until now they are still kind of like holding on to the counter. Is it legal to eat bear meat? Best to cook it like a steak with stock. Russia going to surrender 24-hour. Way too bullish in here. The market may very well go to the grave today. Crowd to 200. So cybersecurity is like the current theme now because of all the hackers lah, this and that lah. Amazon 0 date to expiry. So these are another common theme you see here. They are buying options that is expiring tomorrow. And because if you buy option that expire tomorrow, right, the option is very cheap. Sometimes they are like $30, $40. And then if the share price suddenly shoots up, right, you can turn that $30, $40 into like maybe few $100 lah. And the kind of crazy option stuff that you see people do here, right, is it will put all the crypto returns to shame lah. It will put all the cryptos return to shame. Like got one guy who used Robinhood. So apparently Robinhood, right, you can top up using your credit card, if I'm not wrong. So this guy, he was literally like super broke. Like he's homeless, you know, super broke, like gonna fire from his job, that kind. Then no money in his bank. So he maxed out his credit card, right? Like maybe 20K like that. And then he take that 20K, he go and like everything, the entire 20K in a option position. And that option is like expiring in like 1 or 2 days. And then he just YOLO lah. I think his idea was that his condition is so bad that like what can they do? like if he lose then like he declared bankrupt law, nothing else to lose really. But somehow he managed to turn that 20K into like 500K like that. Because I think his option was on Tesla. And then after that period, Tesla went up like a lot. It was that period where Tesla made profit for the first time. And then he just turned that 20K into like 500K. Crazy, I was crazy. But of course, if it doesn't go his way, he will lose that 20K lah. So it's like super leverage. Which idiot keeps selling at the bottom? He should get together with buy at top guy. English. So far this year, we have proven that interest rate high, Delta variant, Omicron variant, new Omicron variant, inflation, invasion don't matter. If we are going to crash, we have plenty of opportunity. We may be down a little, but this market, yeah. So I think this one I kind of agree in a way that that there's just so much thing happening in the market, and because there's so much thing happening in the market, right? When price is moving, right, you don't really know price is moving to what. what exactly? It's like somewhere here everything was inflation, inflation, inflation. Then somewhere along the way it's like the Russia. Then now is what? I mean now I don't really know if the situation in Russia have improved. I mean we have that rumor about the Russia one negotiation, but the like I mean we don't really know the exact context also lah. What kind of negotiation? Or is Russia like trying to pull some stunt? You know, like few weeks back they say they pulling out the troops, and then then some of them were like kind of uh theorizing that he's Putin is just trying to lure out the Ukraine president Zelensky. Price retracing back a bit. And then for Singapore also is like when the price drop here, like is it truly because of the war? Then if it is because of the war, then why everything recovering? Then this one still. So I mean, there's just too many things too many factors lah, too many factors in play lah. let's continue. ZX scaler. Yeah, so this kind of pre-market earning good pre-market down, you have to dig deeper lah. You have to dig deeper. For example, for example, Nvidia earning was like ridiculously good, but it was down. It was so sad. But I mean, they recover already lah. Let's look at Zscaler. I didn't even heard of this company before. Most likely tech. Yeah, it's a tech company. %. Okay. I think this is child's play. I think 14%, 14% in current market situation is like a small number. You gotta pump up those numbers. So is this kind of price action, I mean this kind of revenue and net income profile, right? Revenue up, but the net income down. It reminds me of Snowflake also. They are trying to get a lot of marketing customer, but they are neglecting their profit. So let's take a look at it. Yeah, one thing I have to warn you guys is that don't see the green here. This green here is meaningless. This green here is meaningless. Let's look at what they have to say. Fiscal 2 adjusted, blah, blah, blah. 0.13, expected was 0.11. Revenue 255, up from analyst 241. Okay, so everything beat. Company expect fiscal Q3 to be 270 to 272 million. And non-GAAP net income to be 0.1, 0.11. So I guess it's because of this. The analyst expect 271. But I mean it's a very small number also. Analysts expect 1.05 billion, but they only expect 1.045 billion, which is like 0.05 billion. It's a small number. They miss the consensus lah. They guide down the consensus. So it's like a similar case with PayPal also long. Similar case to PayPal. But you see here, PayPal also green, although it missed their revenue. So it does shows the importance of making profits, in a sense that, I mean, not only making profit but also making sure that you whatever whatever you are doing, right, is up to the analyst expectation. Like a lot of companies, the price go down, right, is because they cannot meet the expectation, or they lower their guidance for the up and coming years. Okay, let's continue. Soon market open already. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. I'm still cash gang. This isn't even close to bottom. The number of people here can actually replace VIX. Currently 549. I suppose VIX is low now. Bulls coming back down from 28.3 yesterday has destroyed morale. On a scale of 1 to 10, how stupid will it be to buy Yandex? So Yandex is actually a Russian stock, and it was down like ridiculously a lot. Let me show you. Yandex. It's on the MOEX, the Moscow exchange. So Yandex, it was like earning was here, during earning down like that, then all the invasion, it was down, and then now finally it's recovering. Russian ruble pummeled 3%. So it is engaged in provision of search engine and online service. What? So it's like a Yahoo, Russia Yahoo. Taxi segment, so ride sharing service, as well as Uber in Russia and other countries. Yeah, so one of the reasons why I like to look at Wall Street Bet is like you will get exposure to stock that you never heard of. You get exposure to stocks that you never heard of, and it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting because US market is always like discovery, like Dora the Explorer. Then you read here, read there, you will start to discover a few counters that you truly never heard of, and they like looks okay. Because when we are trading US market, right, we always live in this bubble where we are trading Apple, Amazon, AMD, all this stuff and it was only quite recently, like maybe like 1 month back, during this year, from January to February, right, I kind of like widen my horizon by a bit also, to kind of like get exposed and look at all these counters. Cyber security, I don't trust pre-market at all. Yeah, me too. I also don't trust the pre-market. As someone buying puts for the past month, if you're buying puts today, you're retard. True though, because you should not be, I mean, index wise, you should not be shopping here already. You should not be shopping here already. I mean, yes, it goes down, but like this kind of recovery is like almost expected. Even if you are not confident where you go and buy the bottom, right, it is still not a good risk to go and shop there also because it has been down so much really. SPY will hit 432 and 422 today. I have to make back 10K. I have 16K to do it. How do I? Gold lips thank me this summer. No NATO equal no care. Pre-market rate, massive green. Pre-market green, massive rate. Kind of true for the last 2 weeks. CPI is as expected. The thing will bring the market down in Russia, huh? There's no CPI. All these people talking. Can we squeeze this market today after bloodbath? It's fading to not even let us get puts at what? Oh yeah, I recently signed up for the Truth Social, the the Trump media nonsense thing. I went up and download the Truth Social media app lah. And it's ridiculous. There's nothing inside. You guys can go and take a look also. So it was this counter that we previously we wanted to short, but during the day that Truth Social went live, it gap up a lot lah. But I mean, this counter it's not shortable at the current state. Not shortable in the sense that Tiger is asking for 300% margin, meaning if you buy 8,000, if you short 8,000 worth of this stock, right, you have to pay 24,000 in margin. This is the one of the rare times that I've seen you need to put up more margin than the stock itself, because I think they scared that it rally too high, right, you have money to pay lah. Because it's still a meme, stock lah. It's still a meme stock. But on the other hand, if you want to short, right, if you want to short through option also, right, the option price is like $40 or $30, which is like half of this price really, meaning the price have to go down by half in order for your option to even make any profit. So there's I mean, you are technically allowed to short, but both shorting the shares and buying a put option, right, both are like so out of your way that it is almost impossible. But that is the current stage right now. Maybe in the next, I don't know, 1 week, 2 weeks, until sometimes when the whole hype dies down, right? Because eventually this need to go into spec. It's currently it currently haven't merged yet. It is still in the spec mode. So eventually, once they merge, right, I believe price will still come down. And by then, right, we see how the margin is, we see how the put options are, and then from there we can plan lah. So there's this one still a bit still KIV. I have not like totally abandoned yet, still KIV, but we wait until things are okay to short lah, in terms of margin and the put option price. Just now I hear a gunshot. Or is it from any one of you guys? Because when I hear gunshot, I get very scared, because I will check here if someone firing any gun. But things look peaceful now lah. Things does look peaceful now. Two more minutes. Let's open with Bloomberg.
Yeah, to your point, the Bloomberg tells us this is good news. The fact is, in equities, bonds, currencies, commodities, we saw constructive moves.
You know, every time US market open at 10:30, Bloomberg live, they will actually like have this, a lot of clapping, a lot of cheering, a lot of the bell ringing to signify the market open. But yesterday, right, the situation, the war situation was so bad that they are in like a solitary mode, and they didn't have any clapping and any bell ringing, and it was like a very depressing night lah. And also all the futures price are like down by 1-2%. Meta platform dissolve team developing new AR. This is bad. This is bad news. This is bad news for Meta. You can see it's down another 14% from the. Oh. given how the price action are like in the last few weeks, I would say this is quite flat. This is quite flat open, but who knows? Who knows what will happen? Who knows what will happen? Market start profit taking. Yeah, depending on how much the fear is. We see how lah. We see how. But let's go through a bit of macro stuff. Where's my macro dashboard? So the M2 result is out. Sorry, the M2 data is out. M2 data is a money supply data lah. I think from if you are in Sonic Agro, they share this also. But one thing I want to bring your attention to is you cannot look at the number like that. If you look at the number like this, right, it will always be going up. It will always be going up. It's like an increasing number. Every month it will increase one. So we cannot make the analysis that, oh, things are increasing means stock market going up. We cannot make that analysis. But what you have to do is you have to look at the rate of the increase. So sometimes in certain months, the increase rate is higher. So for example, from 1st of Jan 2021 to 1st of Feb 2021, right? It increased by 1.4%. Or from December 2020 to Jan 2021, increased by 1.6%. So it will always be increasing, but how is the rate? So at some point you see that the rate become very low. So actually from towards the second half of last year, right, you can see the rate kind of like decreasing from like every month 1%, now it's like 0.9. And you can see that during the rising rate, rising interest rate environment, right, the increment is like below 0.5% or below 0.6%. It is like I use the color coding to make a heat map lah. So you have to see in terms of the how high is it going up, not whether is it going up or not. So one of the very clear sign is during March, April, and May 2020, right? You can see a sudden increment in like 3%, 6%, 5%. And this is the kind of increment that we have not seen like since 2015 because I only have data for 2015. So it kind of let you know that the helicopter money is coming in. And if it start to become lower and lower, right, you can see money is not entering the system anymore. So most of the time when they increase the interest rate, right, most likely they are not going to pump in a lot of money. Also, like it is like counterintuitive like that. So that is how you can kind of like see how the macro environment of the stock market is. And because whether or not stock market going up, it does depend on how much money is being put into the market. There will always be money being put into the market, but by how much? By how much? So currently still okay. Currently still okay. But if we start, if the by March, right, if the Federal Reserve start to increase, right, we might start to go into this rate. But what I want to warn also is that just because it is like orange red, right, it doesn't mean that market going to crash, market like going down like that. No, it's not like that. If you look at November 2015, right, where everything is like red. Okay, November 2015 all the way to December 2018. Okay lah, no, 2015 to 2018 lah. The market is still overall up. Oh, okay, S&P going up. That's good. The market is still overall up. It is just that it is not up in a very nice manner lah. 2015 to 2018. It's like sideways for very long. Then after that, towards here, it's still going up. All red. Rivian rate. Snowflake 2% is like Snowflake 2% is like daily, like is their noise movement lah. Is their noise movement. Oh my god, Foot Locker. The one that got away. But very funny, like what's keeping the market up? Facebook is red. Google is like 0.1%. Apple is like red, Amazon. So what's holding the market up? I want to know what's holding the market up. Semicon is flat. Home builder is flat. Technology is red. Tech is red. Is it the finance? Is it the banks? Energy, I will expect it to be. Oh, crude is like going red now. Consumer staple is maybe it's the consumer staple is the one that holding it up. Real estate, consumer discretionary, flat. Yeah, seriously, what's holding it up? Where I got two. Let me remove. No, I'm really confused. What's holding it up? Can any kind soul go and check what is actually SC under S&P? I SC I think SC not much. SC is up, but not much weightage. Maybe it's Tesla. Tesla is the one with the biggest weightage. No, Tesla is red. Tesla is red. SC have good earning result also. I think it was up like 12%. Yeah, I mean like Apple and Microsoft are the biggest constituent on the Nasdaq and the S&P. Tesla is also one of the biggest constituent on S&P. VIX is stable now. Yes, VIX is stable. Okay, let's look at okay, Dow Jones is up by a lot. Meaning it's probably all the Visa lah, Bank of America lah, all those stuff. Where's my MasterCard? How's my MasterCard doing? It's also flat. My MasterCard is also flat. Let's look at Coca-Cola. Okay, at least Coca-Cola is 2%. So this is I'm not sure this is on the S&P or not, but this is definitely on the Dow Jones. Or BAC, sorry. Okay, BAC is up. So okay, I think it's the finance sector. It's the finance sector. But I'm kind of relieved though. I'm kind of relieved to see this though. I mean things that we are shorting are still suffering, except for the children place. Amazon is red. Yeah, I find this I find this very fishy. I find this very fishy. You know, I'm not sure I shared with you guys before. Very long time ago, right? Very long time ago, when I was trading on Poem, let me open Poem. Poem CFD is one of the worst CFD that you can trade because the price can delay a lot. Sometimes the price will bug one. So I usually trade this on Poem CFD. In the past, this thing called the what is it? Straight Time Index SGD 5 CFD. So you can actually trade this. This is the if you want to trade straight time index, right, you can come to Poem and trade this lah. So this kind of like give you leverage on the straight time index because it only require 5% margin. Because if not, right, you really have no instrument to trade straight time index aside from the ETF itself, especially when you want to short, right? This is actually quite good to short. And I think it's not available on Tiger or CMC or whatever lah. It's only available on Poem CFD. So what happened was Poem CFD is so bad that sometimes they are price lagged by a lot. This price lagged by a lot. So there were 3 different occasions where I was looking at the straight time index on my another brokerage platform. I think that time I was looking at, I forgot already lah. I was looking at Lim and Tan or something. That was before Tiger came out lah. I was looking at Lim and Tan, and that time the Singapore straight time index was showing like 2,800, for example lah. I forgot the actual price, 2,800, and that price was live. It is moving, and then when I look at Poem CFD, right, it was totally by accident. I didn't plan it. It was totally by accident. When I was browsing through, I realized that on Poem, right, the price here was 2,850, meaning it was higher by 50 points, which means to say that one is lagging. But normally when something lag, right, is usually the CFD one that is lag, because CFD is a fake market. It's not like the real market. It's like market maker. And so I go and double check with some other platform, and every other platform, right, it is showing that on every other platform, the live price is 2,800. It's only on Poem CFD that the live price is 2,850. So what I did was I immediately short this with like my entire margin. I think that I have like 15K in my CFD, and I short the entire like 12K like that. I leave the remaining 3K for margin lah. So after I short already, right, because it is still reflecting the wrong price, right, I have 0 profit. So it was until like that, and it become very obvious that it is bug because the price did not move for like the next 10 to 20 minutes, whereas the price on Vickers or Lim and Tan, it was moving down to like 2,790, 2,780. And then after they immediately update the price, right, I was like instantly like 6-7K in profit on the spot like that. Then after that, I immediately cash out lah. I want to cover my track lah. Then after I cash out already, towards the end of the day, right, I received a letter. I received an email from Poem saying that my trade is invalid due to there's a bug in the issue. So I was like, hey, like I'm okay. Yes, I mean, I probably don't deserve it, but I don't know. I mean, back then, in my heart, I thought that I deserve it because I spot it, and it was you who do not have a proper system lah. And then I end up arguing with them for a while, but I still didn't get my so-called profit back lah. And it happened like 4 times. It happened like 3 times. It happened like 3 times, and all the 3 times I always put a trade in, and then at the end of the day, they told me that I can't. The trade is forfeit. And the 3rd time, right, my broker, who was my friend, he come and tell me that, hey, so you don't keep doing that. If you spot it, right, you must tell me. If you are on like almost going to our blacklist already. Okay, now it's coming now. Now it's coming now. Red. Western green. Western deserve to be green for today lah. Cross strike red. Foot Locker minus 30. Ayo. This one I remove already lah. I see now it's like free money gone. Builder first source. Okay, this is one of our short watch list also. But I will continue to keep looking at this lah. Earning coming soon though. Scotty end up like full locker. But I mean the reason why I do not want to like hold so many short is I have 3 that are going. I'm intending to hold past the earnings lah. Snowflake and Rivian. I'm intending to hold them past earnings. Children Place I might TP. Because Children Place actually the market cap very small. It's below 1 billion. So I'm a little bit scared that by earnings right later they announce takeover, that kind of nonsense, you know. At least if you look at Rivian, it's like 55 billion. No one is gonna take over this crap. It's like 55 billion market cap, but they are not making any revenue. And Snowflake also, no one is gonna take over them and this kind of valuation. Yeah, some oil counter are up actually. Correct. Let's look at MPC. MPC is up 2%. How about Chevron? Chevron is also up 2%. Yeah, so it's probably the oil nonsense that is pulling up the index. But it's kind of funny though, since like oil already went back below 100. Where's the energy? Energy sector. Energy sector up 2%. Oh yeah, thanks for pointing it out. Financial also, financial up 2%. So it's the energy and financial sector. Technology is red. ADM is up. ADM is like the most solid of the solid counter, like never moving. Sometimes good to have this kind of counter also. Like it stabilizes your portfolio. Make sure it doesn't run around too much. How about Canadian Natural Resources? Also up 2%. Chesapeake also up 2%. Yeah, it's all the oil and gas counter. It's all the oil and gas counter plus the consumer staples. Colgate. Yeah, Colgate also. Why did Li Auto drop so much? AT&T also up. Let's refresh. Normally when market open, they allow comment one. So is Lockheed Martin a good investment now? I never really liked Lockheed Martin because it's too stagnant for too long until like right now. Like very like not breaking out, not WTF they doing to Apple lately. Doesn't matter what happened now, everyone know this shit selling off into close. BBBY. Bed Bath and Beyond. Wow, 4%. Yeah, but this 4% is like, yeah. The chart like this don't better not better not to touch. I thought could catch spy green with Apple. Of course, Apple is red. Then people really want to buy and hold over the weekend. Puts in drilling today and over weekend. Who sold their call at open? Everything going straight down, like no resistance at all. What's new? What's the news? Like, am I missing something? Still relatively green. Okay, at least Facebook is green now. Alibaba. Lucky yesterday recover. It was like going into two digit. SIA engineering. Okay, let's catch up a bit on the Russia Ukraine stuff, and then we will call this a day lah. Okay. Let's see what they are up to. Where's my? It look very peaceful. It's like got a lot of people walking around already. Refugee crossed into Romania after Russia invades Ukraine. So this is I don't know how to pronounce. It's livelier. It's livelier. How come the reply here like not much different from Wall Street bets? Russian soldier on live stream. Yeah, so this is the camera that I was talking about. So initially this camera was pointing into the highway, the road lah, this dirt road. And this dirt road, right, there's like really one whole like column of tanks and convoy trucks like passing by. It's like it's it's never ending. I was watching, I wasn't watching it like consistently lah. But each time I switch back to this, right, there are still tanks and trucks like driving by. And then after that, a while later, they point the camera down. Instead of pointing it at the road, they point the camera down. So all the Russia trucks and tanks, right? They have this Z mark. So not my name, not my name, but they have this Z mark. Zelensky, dead or alive, will be hero no matter what. You know, it's back when China is starting to limit. Really, man? China want to limit against Russia, man? I think that's the last thing they will do. This is obviously about Putin's insecurity. His Strava number leak. He clearly told people know how out of shape. Oh my god. Yeah, so Zelensky is the Ukraine president, and I was like reading up about him, and it's like it's very I can't think of word. He used to be a comedian, and then like I don't know what kind of comedy he's doing lah. The first time I see him was during yesterday Bloomberg News. He was giving a speech, and then when you look at him giving a speech, right, it's like very brave and very like um like want to like want to fight, want to fight and want to kill people like that. Like full of morale lah. Then when you kind of like research his past a bit, right? He used to be a comedian, and such a very big difference. Please to see Ukraine resistance continue when I woke up. Russia just threatened military consequences against Finland and Sweden. Really? 2 minutes ago.
And promoting security is the national sovereignty, and Finland and Sweden should not base their security in based on damaging security of other countries, and their accession to NATO can have detrimental consequences and
okay. Yeah, today I learned that Ukraine president was an actor, comedian prior to his presidency. Zelensky should do something like publicly make the offer of recognizing Crimea as Russian and agreeing to pursue EU but no NATO membership. Okay. You can see the Z marking on the truck as well. The Taliban are calling for a peaceful solution in Ukraine. What? So they are still holding the capital. The war crime continues. Oh my God. Oh, this is horrible. Chinese state bank have restrict financing for Russian commodity. Oh, so it's true, really? So it's from Bloomberg. Maybe that's why the market, I mean the S&P went up. ICBC stock issuing letter of credit after Ukraine invasion. China top bank have complied with previous US sanction. At least 2 of China's largest state-owned banks are restricting financing for purchase of Russian commodity, underscoring the limit. Okay, a little bit fishy though. A little bit fishy. Yeah, because like what this guy say, Russia don't even have a lot of USD compared to the rest of the country. And in fact, I think Russia holding mostly Chinese yuan. a lot of politicians are also joker. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to say other country also lah. My own country back in Myanmar is like equally worse. The government is like killing all the civilian left and right because they want to remain in power. Someday all Ukraine will be free again. But I saw all the Ukraine people sleeping in the under the subway. It's like very sad also to see like that. Okay, let's take a quick look at the market and then we call it a night. So do you guys hear the alarm? This is the air raid siren. This camera is frozen though. Can hear the air raid siren now. Okay, this camera fine already. Snowflake -2, Rivian -1. Okay. At least things are things are back in green for the short. Mastercard down 2%. Western Union came back down also. So CrowdStrike 4. So what are green? Tell me what are green. The oil and gas are still green. The consumer staple are still green. But considering S&P and Nasdaq is like mostly tech, right? They should be red. The only thing should be green is Dow Jones. Yeah, S&P going red now. And Dow Jones is still green. Okay, so this is at least this one makes sense. This one makes sense. Just now beginning, it doesn't make sense at all. The golden China dragon, the golden dragon China. I can't I can't say the name of this without like wanting to laugh because it sounds like video game. like when I play video game last time, there's some like golden dragon, some stuff like I don't know. But the all sector green, I'm a little bit kind of surprised. Hey, just let's take a look at just now the counter someone brought up. Sorry, I forgot your name. The Konoko Phillips. Kind of red. So what is like this is red compared to the rest. Engage in exploration, production, transportation, marketing of crude oil, natural gas, liquefied natural gas. So this is where in Canada, also it's almost everywhere. Canada, Alaska, Middle East, North Africa, Asia Pacific. So does the Asia Pacific include Russia? But compared to the peers, right, it's not looking that well. So normally I like to compare the peers lah, and then within the peers, I will rather buy the better of the peers lah. I mean not the daily price action, but rather I mean overall lah, overall. But because of these two candle, I'm a bit not that not that confident. And even here, right, even here, when you look at the all these pin bar, all these shooting star, right, the volume is higher lah. So normally when volume higher, I would rather price breakout first and then buy. Like something like this, if price below here, right, I wouldn't want to buy. Like price breakout, then I will buy lah. Let's look at the top gainer for today. USA. Top gainer. Let's set market cap to 1 billion to remove all the nonsense penny counter. Okay. Wow. Car Guru. Oh my God, Car Guru. Hey, my course training, anyone remember this counter or not? The reason why there's a ping there is because I know some of you have this. I know some of you have this, but I'm not sure if you guys are still holding. Far-fetched. Block. So Far-fetched is it's an online retail, right? It's an online retail. Digital platform. Yeah, it's an online retail. Always showing up on my Facebook. Okay, block. Don't know what is this. Schrodinger. Also don't know what's that. Yandex. Okay, Yandex we went through just now. Lantheus Holding. Wow, what is this? Medical specialty. AGO. I have quite a good feeling some of these counter might show up on the scanner tomorrow. Carter, oh, retail trade. Okay. So this one did well. Farfetch also did well. Well, let me open up something. File, open stock screener. So this was the stock screener. This is my homework for doing fundamental comparing company with its peer. So when I was looking at this, right, one of the counters that I shortlisted was actually Foot Locker here. This one. And Farfetch was, I actually did not include Farfetch in my screening because the PE is negative. It's kind of hard to to look at something when the PE is negative lah. But towards the end, right? Towards the end, what you can see from here is that firstly, there's a PE ratio and there's a earning growth. So earning growth one is earning growth for this year, 2022. Earning growth two is the earning growth for 2023, meaning the next year. So all these earning growth are based on what the company they project. So just now we see some of the news, right? They say they have forward guidance based on 2022. They will have this earning, they will have that revenue. So this is based on company projection lah. Of course, if a company say, okay, they are going to project this, then we don't say, oh, they project higher, so we anyhow buy. So we cannot look at one company projection just like that. We need to compare across, see who are projecting better growth in terms of percentage and who is projecting like not so good growth lah. So here, right, there's earning growth one, earning growth two, and then there's sector average. So these are the sector average, which is the average of all these, So you can see the sector average here lah. So how I pick out is that I will go and find those that are like, if I'm looking for a short, right, I will find those that are like below sector average. For example, those very negative one, which is Foot Locker and Children Place. So we have two negative lah. Then on the positive end, we have things like Capri Holding, which is like 216%, which is like 216%. And I think aside from that, yeah, so you look out for outliers, outliers. So in terms of the long position, right? Capri Holding is the outlier for long position, and on the outlier for the short position is Foot Locker and Children Place. Of course, Children Place is worse than Foot Locker lah, but you can, because Children Place earning growth for this year is -5, earning growth for next year is also -5, meaning they are projecting growth like lower and lower lah, lower and lower. Whereas at least for Foot Locker, even though this year they are going for -19, right? Next year at least they become positive lah, they project positive lah. Okay, so that's how I pick out why Foot Locker and Children Place, and not just randomly pick anyhow like that. And sometimes you can, like, it doesn't always work. It doesn't always work, but you can see that most of the time it does. Most of the time it does. So this is CRI cutters. Cutters is also here. Cutters is also here. It does normal lah, 7 to 6% like that. The other one that was not doing very well is actually Nike. Also, Nike is actually at 4% for this year, and the next year 29%. So like next year 29%, who knows, the price might go up, like, I don't know. Maybe sometime the end of this year or maybe next year beginning, but this year the growth is 4%. So Nike is actually the third lowest. After that we have Levi Strauss, and then we have Cutters. C Limited. Nah, still bad. Okay. Let me do one last round. Keep saying, but sometimes can get carried away. minus one. Okay. Rivian. Okay. Okay, yeah, is definitely the consumer staple and the energy sector lah that's pulling up, which is good. Okay, now back to green. Okay, so that will be all for today. See you guys tomorrow webinar, and hopefully when we wake up, right? I hope this one can close above here lah, close above here. But I highly, okay, 4350 lah, 4350. But I highly doubt that without the help of tech companies, right? It might be a little hard, but who knows what can happen when we sleep lah, oh? Who know what can happen when we sleep? We don't know what Russia doing. Like I keep my PC open at night. Then sometimes I hear the siren on the stream, right? I wake up also. I don't know what's going on. It's like now I'm awake at the night, you know. Now I sleep like I will sleep at 4 a.m. and then I will wake up like 10 a.m. in the morning. I don't give a crap about Singapore market already. It's like too boring down there. Too boring down there already. Then but I mean, at least when I wake up at 10 a.m., right? Singapore market just open lah, so can still see look a bit lah. Ukraine, yeah. All right, Ukraine siren, I hear SG. I mean, like I tend to keep my PC running lah. Sometimes I will listen to podcasts. I will listen to some audio tape when I go to sleep, and then at the same time while I was listening to audio tape, right, I forgot that I had this open, and then suddenly within the audio tape there's siren going on, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? it was quite a night yesterday lah, like 3 a.m. hear siren, 5 a.m. the notification on my phone wake me up to tell me that Nasdaq closed above 3%. So so the market very crazy that I hardly have any sleep. And the reason why I'm not putting up webcam is also because I'm not in a presentable state. My current appearance is not in a presentable state. Okay, guys, take care. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.